Rules are on the printer if you want them.
If they have any questions, just tell them that like all the entries, like if they say like, oh, can we move one to a different category? Unless there's like a really compelling reason to do it, like
It's an obvious mistake.
Well, like I want to award this picture that's in feature first place in portrait.
Right. No.
Then maybe.
No.
Well,
that would be like an absolute.
No. Me personally, I don't think they should remove this stuff.
I think if it's like clearly a spot news picture that they put in feature or something like that, like it was just a mistake.
It could be, but even then, it's like we have to let like kind of have to trust the photographers to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I know naturally, like, can we move stuff? I'm like, photographers have put them in there because that's where they think it works best.
Yeah.
So I'm not really happy with that.
Yeah.
You guys hear me now?
I hear you now, Bob.
Okay. Oh, I could probably put them pages live here while I'm thinking of it.
You got all the pictures, no problem. Downloaded.
Yeah, well, we had some problems, but when you
it took forever to upload.
Anything that you group like stories and portfolios, you may have gotten every folder that there were images missing from the folders. I mean, it was kind of easy to spot that there was going to be an issue because I had like a portfolio with like, 6 images. I'm thinking like, I know that person's not that duncy.
Yeah, I didn't look to see.
So then I just
what it looked like once it uploaded.
And if I individually went to the folder for feature picture stories and downloaded it, then it would all work. How can I get to my screen behind here?
If you go to the top and it says view options, you can do exit full screen.
Okay, I can make them pages live. Well, actually, I could do that on the other computer. All right. Make sure our links work.
How long should we go per picture on the initial slideshow?
We usually do like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, 2, 3, 2. Okay.
You just want to do like one in to keep it for the first round.
I think Josh and I were talking about doing 2 in, and then since we're going to show them all the pictures again, they can plead their case if they feel strongly about pulling something in, just for the sake of expediency. I think Josh said he judged the Indiana contest a couple weeks ago, and that's what they did. They worked out pretty well.
Well, if it's good enough for Indiana.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yep.
How are you color coding?
I was just tagging the ones that are in and not doing anything to the ones that are out.
However, whatever makes sense. And just on the folders, you just mark those red and green.
Yep.
The folder, and the bar, so you
Sure.
then
What are you going to start with, Josh?
We're gonna do
Adam. We probably should, you want to run through these folders to make sure that I got them all? Like the numbers, if you just click on feature, tell me how many you got in your folder.
Yep.
We're going to fuck up. We may as well not do it in front of the whole world.
So feature 118.
Yep.
I'll start with the alphabetically at the top. CPOY. There's 5.
Let me see here. Why is it? Oh, wait.
I'm looking at the folders alphabetically.
Yeah. Okay. 5.
Yep.
Feature,
Feature picture story 20.
Okay.
General news 92.
Yep.
Illustration 3.
Big category. Big category.
Oh, yeah, issue illustration. News picture story 12.
Yep.
Ohio understanding is 1.
Yep.
Yeah, winner. Pictorial is 50.
I noticed, and doesn't that Ohio Understanding Award only have like 11 photos in it?
Yeah, it's not even that many.
It's
That's a hard one to understand.
yeah. I mean, that's not one that we have to. Is it? It's just the portfolio categories. So if they don't, I mean, what do you think?
Is this for? Hang on, Bob. I'm talking to Josh here.
you're on YouTube right now.
Should you stop it until?
Well, but it takes like 10 minutes to start the stream.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to get the chat window, you can do that.
Okay.
You can chat with each other. And about Ohio Understanding.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, so I didn't need the login or anything, right?
Uh,
You're fine.
you're on.
The info that
I think it's because
Josh sent had a meeting.
Yeah, I didn't have to enter that either.
Okay,
And I was expecting to. Maybe because we did the other day. They trust us.
that's fine. Yeah, I think it's because you were here earlier, so you should be fine.
so nobody can see me except for you guys, right?
Correct.
So you don't mind if I eat
Well,
my
wait.
breakfast?
People can see my screen.
Oh, okay. Then I'll gobble down my lunch real quick. My breakfast.
If you want to mute your video, that's fine.
Yeah, feel free to mute till we start. And Bob, I'm gonna chat with you on the side rather than do this on YouTube Live.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff, I'm gonna put the footrest behind the door so it doesn't rattle.
Yeah, you know what?
What?
Just put it over here, give it to me.
What?
I'll take it over here and do it, so I can get in and out.
Okay,
I'll put it at the door on the other side.
okay, thank you. Don't leave your pants drawn.
Are you ready to start? Do I have a minute to sweep that up?
Nope, I'm starting.
Good luck.
Do you want to go through finish up the numbers the regular way, Adam, here, instead of chatting on them?
Yeah, I can do that. We'll just
Yeah,
keep the commentary to ourselves.
yeah, we can table that other thing. So,
Product illustration 27,
yep,
POI over 12,
yep,
POI under 7,
yep,
portrait personality 70,
yep,
sports action 112,
yep.
sports feature 130.
I got 129.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, you're right. There is a folder inside. Huh. Well, glad we caught that. There's it looks like maybe sports
There's a sports picture story in there, I
picture
think.
story in the feature.
And I think they entered it in both places because when I stuck it in the picture story,
He's already there.
it was already there, but one had, well, that could have been because of the download issue. They had two different amounts of photos in them. So I left the one in that had the most. But again, that could have been that download issue I was having.
No.
And that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the sports
Okay.
picture story.
It could have just been the way it came in for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got that. Sports
Yeah.
129 now.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have forgotten how to get the thing on the side to vote.
If you go down to the bottom and you click on participants,
Oh, yeah, got it. Oh, sorry.
that's fine.
Sorry.
And we're just doing a
Thank
little
you.
housekeeping, making sure that Bob and I have the same number of pictures in our folders.
No problem. Thank you.
And you can break that participants off somehow from memory. Well, let's finish this other thing here then. So
Yeah, we're almost there.
spot news, we're at 38.
Spot news 38.
Right.
Sports photography of the year 10. Sports
I
picture
have
story.
9. I have 9. Okay, I got ARCCO,
Yeah.
ELSDA.
Do you not have ACCCO? There's one. There's
Nope.
one. There are two that are similar, but one's SPOI_ACCCO.
No, that's the one I don't have.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Give me a second. I'm getting set up.
Yeah, we're going through the entries one last time just to make sure Bob and I have the same number of pictures he downloaded from Google Drive, and it was finicky.
Okay. I'm gonna shut my video part off for a second while I
Yeah.
hustle around.
We got time.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same while I gobble down breakfast.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, then after that, ELSDA,
Yep.
JABCO, KAECI, KDSTO, KWRCO, Roma, SAHCA, SNFCO.
Yes.
So I
So you
need
just need to go find ACCCO.
ACCO.
A, 3 C's, O.
Okay. I'll go back into Google Drive when we have a break and
Okay.
grab that one and throw it in.
And team picture story, there's 2.
Sports picture story.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get that. 10.
So I'm probably missing that guy's there too. Is it,
Oh, I put the one in there.
what was it?
It was titled SPF _ BLVCO _ Kenyan football.
So what's his initials again?
BLVCO
Underscore what?
Kenyan football. And there's 10 pictures in there.
Okay, let me go to the. All right, I'm gonna break off of you and go
Yeah, if
on.
you want to hide your video and work in the background, that works.
Stop video. Okay. Let me go.
Yeah, you can mute yourself too.
So I won't talk to myself and MF the screen.
You're still going to talk to yourself. Who are we kidding? We just don't have to hear it. All right. Whenever you guys are all ready and back, we can get started. No rush though. You need a minute still.
I'm here whenever.
Okay. Let's see if Mac's back.
Yep, I'm here.
There he is. Where are you today? Where's your you're sitting in the middle of the road and I can't tell where.
I'm chilling in the middle of Beale Street. Where else?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, nice. I see the guitar now. Well, thanks for coming. Glad we could work this out digitally, at least. Josh and I are here at the dispatch office. He is very much distanced way down the other side of the room here. I think I am going to start giving you guys my screen. And since we looked at features the other day, I'm just going to start with that category. I will read you the description. We will do a slideshow, 3 seconds each of the pictures, just so you can look at them all once. And then we'll go through and do a round of voting. 2 ends keeps it. And then we can go back and look at the pictures that we didn't keep. And if you want to make your case to bring any of those in, we can go to the next round with those. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Me.
All right, let me get my screen up. You should see my video go away and we will start a slideshow of feature pictures. Everybody's ready? Thumbs up?
Uh, One question,
Sure.
you're gonna do your sort on file size like we normally do?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Trying to randomize them as best we can.
And not reversed, right?
All right, I think we are ready to go. I'm gonna switch to desktop here. Josh is gonna get the video started. Let me pull up my participants. Shouldn't matter now. Can everybody see the thumbnails okay? The screen looks good?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's go. There's 118 photos in this category, so we'll do 3 seconds each. Then we'll do judging after that. All right. So the feature category, I should have read the description first. It is a found situation with strong human interest, a fresh view of an everyday scene. So I'm going to go through now, and when I get 3 votes, I'll just move on to the next slide after that.
You're gonna give me an oral cue?
I will. Everybody, if you just hit the yes, no button, I will say in or out when the votes are in. Out. Out. Is this working for everybody? Just while we're doing this, you can see the
Yep.
pictures just fine. Okay.
Yep.
Out. 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 In. In. Go back. Out. 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 In. Out. Out. In. Out. 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 In. In. Out. Out. In. Out. 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 out, 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 in, in, out, in, in, out, out, in, out, in, out, 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 in, out, out, in, out, 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 in, out, 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 in, out, out, in, out, 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 in, out, 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 in, out, 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 in, out, 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 in, out, in, out, out, in, out, 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 in, out, 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 out. All right, I think we're back to the beginning. So here are the ones that you kept in. I'm just gonna scroll through the thumbnails real quick, and then we can go and look at the outs. And if you have any that you wanna plead your case for or hear a caption, we can do that. And if you are talking, you could unmute your mic if there's anything you need to say.
I think it's a pretty strong set of images right there. Look through the ones, like you said.
Yep. We'll go quickly through the outs. All right, we good with what we had?
Yeah, I think we got
So
the good ones that we wanted.
Okay. So how do you guys want to go about whittling down from here? Should we do another round of judging? Do two ends again, or is there any captions you need?
I think it might be too early for the captions because what do we have? 25?
Yeah,
Unless
25.
somebody else feels differently.
I think we could still whittle down from here in one more round.
Okay. I will do
Can
that.
we-
I will do.
Can we ask for individual cut lines if we have a question?
Sure. Yeah. And I'll
Okay.
do it the same way. I'll show them big and you can do your in and out yes and no voting. And if you have a caption, then I can slide over the sidebar that shows the caption.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Yep. So let's start over here.
We're voting now.
We're voting now. Yes.
Okay.
That's out. That's in. Out. In. Out. Out. In. In. Out. In. 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 out, in, out, in, in, out, in, out, in, 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 out, in. Okay. So we're down to 15 now. It's kind of up to you guys. How you wanna look at these? Do you wanna, we could do another round, or we could talk about them, move them around a little bit?
I mean, I think we don't have like a crazy amount here. Do you guys want to hear captions?
That's fine with me.
All
Yeah, that
captions,
would
or
help
do you
me in
need?
a couple of them.
Right.
Yeah, I think some of them are obvious.
Yeah.
Right. But I think
What
some
would you
of
like
them
to hear
could be
captions
helpful.
on?
If you don't mind, can we just run through all of them, or? I mean, or you guys want just selective ones?
I don't mind if we go through all of them. That's fine.
Would you like me to read? Is that legible on your screen?
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, I can read it.
I only see the bottom half. So I must be doing something wrong.
Maybe if you rearrange your windows with participants.
Easy for you to say.
I know.
Sorry,
I'm
this is
letting
only
that
the
go.
second
Captain's in
time.
the upper right. Sorry.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can do it.
I've already clicked you guys off.
Oh, okay, I got it. Sorry. This is only second time I've been on Zoom, and the first one was we tested, so got it.
Okay, you guys good with this?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm good with moving to the next one if you guys are.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
It's a long caption. Good to read.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
All right. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Good.
Do you have any favorites that you want to talk about or point out or bring up?
I just want to clarify, I know every contest is a little different. Are these supposed to be found moments at non-planned things?
Correct. The description as it reads says, "A found situation with strong human interest, a fresh view of an everyday scene."
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
The cut lines for me definitely helped on certain photos.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the one, the adoption day one moved up for me hearing the
Yes, me
storyboard.
too.
Yeah, definitely that had didn't have as much significance before reading the cut line with it for me. So I agree.
I like the moment off the bat. It was just, that's the thing that can really, in these competitions, especially, really push up your pictures is hearing more of the backstory, and not because a lot of times people like us, we're coming in and we don't know the whole story. So that I'd like to see that a lot if we can, when it
Mhm.
taking that extra effort by the photographers.
Would you like me to start dragging photos in a certain order? Moving some up to the top row and just kind of sorting that way?
That'd be great. I mean, I think we all like that adoption picture, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. What are other top row photos for you?
I like the duck one as well at the moment. The goose, sorry.
Is the bubble one the last one, or do we have more below there?
The bubble one's the last
Oh,
one.
okay. Okay. I love the visual of the Santa peeking through the window.
I like it, but I don't like the framing. I think it's a little too panoramic. Just something about it compared to some of these other ones that seem to be composed really well.
Hmm.
To me, that personally, that extra space, I don't think adds a lot to it. I know he's filling the other window. Those are my thoughts, but I'm open to talk about it more if you guys want to.
Can you bring that one up real quick, a little larger? I don't know. It just, to me, it feels like such a, something we've all covered 1,000 times is, the Santa at whatever event and the little quiet moment. I'm a sucker for the quiet moments before or after something. So I still like it. I understand what you're saying, but the symmetry of the framing doesn't bother me.
I like that the photographer was looking beyond what was expected, Santa arriving and doing stuff. I just wish there was a little more, I don't know, if for me, for it to be a prize winning photo, I wish there was something else maybe in that window that gave it a layer, an extra layer.
Yeah, me too. Or if, we're not in the scene, so we don't know, but even if we had a layer of, somebody walking by, a kid or something that gave you an idea of where they're at.
A little
But
bit of additional context. Yeah.
I do applaud the photographer because it means that whoever it was seeing right from the start of when they got there instead of just waiting for the predictable Santa getting mobbed or whatever.
That's
so
true.
it is a nice picture.
That is true. I also like, I like the graphicness of the bounce house one down on the bottom, the blue one.
I do too.
Like, I think it's composed very well. The colors is eye catching. Nice found moment.
And it's got a different kind of feel with the electric blue and the old timey house and the girl come right between the windows. It's perfect like that.
Yeah, the composition on this one may have been my favorite of everything we've seen as far as composition goes.
Yeah, the composition on this really is the key thing. The first one, the one we have up there right now towards the front is more about the moment, and then we play off of, for you, what's more important, the moment, composition, or if they can have them both in the same picture. But so far, I like the ones we had at the top. There's still a couple others that I like. I like the house tearing down one as well, just because of the story.
But does that fit as a feature?
Yeah, that's what I wondered, if it should be in like a general news kind of category.
That was I like the frame, but that's my reservation with this one, is it didn't feel like a feature.
Well, I guess it depends on if the photographer is doing a story on this family, they've been following or something. I know you see a lot of times things can go either way.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like this is an event of them tearing down people's houses. They were probably following this family, and you might enter their story as a feature story. So does that then make this a feature photo?
Another one I'd like to see larger is the car with the flag.
That one does not do it for me.
Yeah, now that I look at it, I just wanted to spend a minute looking at it.
No, I like the found, the in a parade finding the nice little moment, but the other ones just have more going for them right now.
Yep. I'm okay with that. I just wanted to see it.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the layering of the summer, the slide feature, as a found sort of moment. And when you have to go out to cover a hot day feature, I think having the layers and And the color just makes it pop. I really
Oh
like
yeah, that's, I mean, this is quintessential hot day, like, feature that you would be looking for.
right. And
Do I move something up? Should I move that up, or how do you want to arrange those?
Can we move some out that we've, like, if we're, I mean, if we agree that the
Go another
car maybe
round.
does,
I'm okay losing the car.
Okay.
What do you guys like about the reenactment one?
I think that falls into the same, I mean, I don't know that I'd move it on beyond this, but I think it falls in the same realm as the Santa, where it's this quiet found moment in a larger event that just kind of has uh, a nice feel to it. It's just kind of this, you know, you've got a little pattern repetition going on. You've got just kind of this weird moment happening, and I just kind of enjoy the bizarreness of it. But I'm okay if we lose it. I don't know. I don't think it rises to the top of this category.
Agreed, or should we, do you want to go through and do another voting round here, and we can just, I'll open it up and you can just talk about it in and out, and then if we lose it, we lose it.
That's fine with me.
It sounds like the first
Yeah,
first
that
three
works.
we're all pretty set on, sounds
Yep.
like.
Figuring out the orders. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever we do. Are we judging? Are we voting again now?
Yeah, you can do it either by, I don't know if you need to use the buttons, but if you want to talk through and decide to lose it as we go through, that's fine. I'll give you a minute and move on to the next picture.
Can you tell me what we're awarding first, second, third, and honorable mention, or are there no honorable mentions, or are there a certain number, or?
There can be as many honorable mentions as you want, but there will be, you at least have to do a first place.
Got it.
And then there, you could do second, third, and as many honorable mentions after that.
Got it.
But the first place is the only thing that's in the rules required.
I still like this one.
I mean, we can keep it in for now and then see. I mean, I agree with some of your guys, what you said about, you know, getting the moment before the predictable. So I could probably lose this one.
I could lose it too.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but I don't know that it rises to.
Yeah, I was really waiting on the caption, and I don't know that it really gave me anything else.
Yeah, so that one's an out.
Yeah, I could lose this one.
Yeah, I could lose this one as well. I like the other summer one better just for I mean, this is a pure moment and it's composed well. I mean, you know, it's clean. But the other one just has the extra step going for me.
Okay, so that one's an out.
I could live with this one still in the running. It's probably not going to make a top 3 for me, but it might be an honorable mention.
Let's leave it in.
I can agree. Yeah.
Okay, keep that in.
I could lose this one. It's a nice moment, but I don't know at the end of the year, you know, whether this one rises as high for me.
I like the moment. This is going to be really picky, but I'm a little distracted. This people who know me will laugh when they hear, won't be surprised when they hear this. I'm a little distracted by the little things that are at the edge of the frame.
The little tree right there in the top right, and
Yep.
it's a shadow or whatever. I know they probably cropped it that tight to get rid of other things in the frame, but I kind of wish it had a little more breathing room.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just a something to kind of, it feels a little crowded. So I'm okay losing it.
I can live with that.
Okay, so that one's an out.
I'd keep that one.
I can keep it for now, at least.
That one's in.
I could lose this one.
It's a really nice moment, but I think some other elements detract from it.
Yeah.
I just
It's-
wanted more of the story as well on this one. Whether
It doesn't, yeah, there doesn't feel like there's much significance beyond what we're seeing. Whether I'm sure there is, but it doesn't feel like it with what we have.
yeah, like a nice quote from him about why he's cleaning it or something would, just do the same thing as that father-daughter adoption.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They could really catapult the picture.
Because the emotion is there, the interaction. It's just we don't really have a whole lot of the backstory on that.
So that sounds like an
I'm
Out.
yeah.
okay.
There's something about this one that I just really enjoy.
It's got a timelessness to it, I think.
Yeah.
It's the advantage of black and white.
Yeah.
You could say that, but it's also, this life that I don't know for
Right.
isn't normal for a lot of people. I mean,
No, exactly. But I think the black and white really even adds that dimension to it.
Yeah.
I think it would not rise as much if it were color for sure. But just growing up in that real life, it just it's got that little feeling to it. Aside from the black and white.
Yep. Reminds me of Missouri.
Even the cowboy boots on, the
Yeah.
kid, everything about that. I like this one. I'd keep it in.
Yep, me too.
Okay. In.
Yep.
I like
This was
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I like the moment, but I wish there was more to it with the cut line and to give me some more context about.
Yeah, like was this her first time,
Yeah.
pig, but she really couldn't get it to work. Now, yeah, I mean that little bit would help, but I think some of the other features for me are a little cleaner and and a great moment though. I mean it's something that would work well on, except for the day and everything. And
I agree.
I'd be happy to have that picture coming in at the end of the day.
I'm not a big fan. I just think, I like the moment a lot. I guess I could see a bit different execution and it would be more compelling to me.
You probably don't like the light up in the corner.
No, it's not that. It's are we gonna go there? No, it's I guess I would want, I don't know, this is just me and it's not done that way, so you can't tell, but maybe just a little bit less depth of field so that the girl in the pink to the right is a little distracting. I don't know. I'm picking nuts, I guess.
Well, I think
That's clean.
I think we have to. I think, and it's a nice frame, and I think you're right. If it were shallower, just like Ryan was saying, it could be cleaner, and a shallower depth of field would definitely make this cleaner. You could still have the context without having the distractions.
But I
So I'm
think,
good. I'm good to lose it if you all are.
yeah, I'm good to listen.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's out.
I still say to keep it. I mean,
I could live with that. It's a really nice moment.
yeah. I mean, being with the family. I mean, that's the peak moment of, part of their story. And, oh,
And I
Yeah.
guess if we're loosely interpreting features and the way you explained it, Ryan, I could buy that. I mean, if it was just one photo, it would probably be better in a different category. But if it's part of a story, ongoing coverage, then it fits right here.
We'll keep that one in.
Yep.
I think this probably has the same problems that the pig picture just had, where there's too much in focus, but it keeps your eye moving. The bubble in front of the shark lady's face, the kids are all perfectly placed in the bubble in the bottom, reaching for it. But there's just a lot of distraction, a lot of chaos, I guess, in this picture. So I can lose it.
Yeah. I love how weird it is, but
It is pretty weird.
Yeah. Just
So that one's an out.
yeah.
yes.
All right. What's that leave us with? Down to 8.
Not a bad set there. Got some nice moments. Nice graphic.
Who wants to make a case for a first place? We can start doing that. We can do a first place, and then we can pick a second, third honorable mention after that.
Can you bring up the that first photo again?
There's something about, I mean, it's like hits you in the gut looking at those faces and the way her hands are entwined around him. It's just a moving moment. It really is.
Yeah.
It's composed really well.
Visually speaking, I do like it. It was not my favorite, just from a strict aesthetic standpoint. But when you couple that with the cut line and all of that, and I agree with everything else, it's still a very nice frame. I definitely think that elevates it to a very, very nice photo and nice moment, and really captures the essence of the human interest. Is there anything else you guys feel like that rises to that level that totally encompasses the spirit of the category, being a nice visually and also having the powerful story to it?
I don't think that some of them are, they're just as they are feature photos, so they don't
Right.
have backstory. Like I really do love the one with the blue.
Me
Yeah.
It does it have a story? No, but it's just a really great feature photo.
Those are the two I'm torn between, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah, I really like the goose one, but the framing's a little like that picture in the back wall. It's a little distracting. I mean, I know the moment's still there, and that's probably the angle that she had to work with in a small room. But just cleaning that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I see the blue one and the goose one larger, please? This is just executed so well.
Yeah.
everything about, I mean, you have layers of blue everywhere, including like, it looks like the window trim and on the house and
Yep.
the sky, and just framed by the window of the bounce house. And it just, everything is complements each other in this frame.
Yep.
Yeah, the ball helps too. I mean,
Totally. And like I said before, the girl right between the windows, it's just everything lined up really well.
yeah.
Strictly aesthetically speaking, this is my favorite frame.
Yeah, I feel I could see this within the top two.
Yeah.
And here was the goose.
I feel like you could have, I mean, that could have been cropped in tighter,
True.
Yep.
to way tighter, and lost that picture frame and cleaned it up a lot.
Yeah, the light switch, the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been more gripping. I mean, I do like the hunched over, seeing that.
Yeah.
But like you said, even if you could see a little bit of, you can sort of make out that she's got this facial expression going on. But if you had that other angle where you
Mhm.
could see the eyes and the wrinkled forehead and stuff, that would have really helped.
I like the two we have up there. They're very, very different. I'm torn on first and second. I mean, for me, the execution of the blue one is, I'm not sure there's anything I would change, but the other one has super added value when you think about what the photographer did with adding the information that gives you, it just makes that photo that much more powerful. So kudos to the photographers for all of these, but those two really rise, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's several others I like as well. I mean, we might as well throw them out there and make cases for them. I do like the black and white one a lot.
Yeah.
I think timeless was the perfect way to describe that too. That was just, I feel like that's something that anybody that's spent time in the Midwest, you just kind of feel.
Are there some that you see as honorable mention only? We could work backwards from that way. Ones that you want to keep an honor, but you don't think are going to be in the top three.
I
For
think
me,
probably the reenactment. I mean, I still like the frame. I think it's weird.
I could live with that for honorable mention.
yeah, I can live with that. I think you sold me on that part.
Is there so let's do sort of a round of voting for honorable mention. If there's anything you want to lose, we can do that also.
Okay. I mean, so these are honorable mention or higher, or
Or
just
higher,
honorable
yeah.
mention.
Yeah, just to try to
Okay.
whittle it if we need to, or if everything's an honorable mention that you see on your screen, that's fine also.
So
And that's it sounds like that one you want to keep in a place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same
That
with
one
that.
too.
Yeah. I might put that in an honorable mention if we kept it.
yeah,
And I think the debate is it, I mean, is it worth keeping?
I think it's worth keeping. I mean, it is a strong moment.
It's a strong moment. It doesn't do as much for me as some of the others we have.
I don't think it's 1, 2, or 3, but it's
I'm fine leaving it as an honorable mention if y'all wanted to, but I don't think it's 1, 2, or 3.
If you guys want to keep it as an honorable mention, I could do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I could lose this one.
Max, you want to make your case?
I still like it, but I do agree that it could have been executed better. Well, maybe. Obviously we weren't there, but I think we do have some other ones that kind of give us more to it. If I would be fine having it as an honorable mention, I am not going to fight you guys if you disagree with that, because I don't think it rises to warrant that. But I still do really enjoy this frame.
I agree. If a photographer brought this, I would really like it and play it big. I just don't know if it rises to an award.
I can agree with that.
I'm with you guys.
You're
All right, so we'll lose it.
Okay. That we said was honorable mention.
Yep.
I could see leaving it for now.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Ryan? Leaving it or losing it?
I could say leaving it for now.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I like the way the photographer was thinking. They, had to make an effort to make this picture work.
Yeah, some people may have just stopped with the sunbathers down below, but they had to wait for the right person and the right moment. Sort of.
Yeah, there was cognizant layering going on here that I do enjoy. In a perfect world, I think the sunbathers would be a little farther down in the frame, but obviously they're not going to move for us.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of extra space down there, but
I'm almost wondering if you crop up just above the shadow on the slide, just to kind of balance it a little bit. But then I don't know. Yeah, I could keep it for now, and definitely a honorable mention contender.
Okay, we'll leave it in there.
I really like this one.
I do too.
yeah, leave that in.
Okay.
I'd say yes.
Yep.
Works for me.
Okay, so we lost one photo. We got 2. What's our first, second, and third? What's the order you want me to move these around in? Is there something that maybe looks better if I start dragging them around?
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm sorry, you go ahead. You started.
Okay, I was going to say, I mean, I keep coming back to the bounce house is 1, the adoption story is 2, and basketball is 3. That's where my eyes just keep gravitating towards. I don't know if y'all feel the same way.
Yeah, I definitely feel like 1 and 2, the way you said, because the bounce house one, although it doesn't have a backstory, it was more difficult to catch that exact moment than the other one. The other one does rely heavily, or not heavily, but it does rely on the caption itself to really boost it. I mean, it is still a nice moment and everything, but as far as like difficulty in capturing the images and still being, not just that it's difficult, but it's also visually pleasing, the bounce house does rise to 1 for me.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
And I do like that as two. I'm sort of torn on 3 right now.
Marcia, how do you feel about that for 2?
I do like the basketball a lot. For me, I don't love the goose photo. Let me go through my thinking in all of these.
Mhm.
I love what we have for 1 and 2. I guess I have a little bit of issue with the slide photo just in the final composition of it or the cropping of it, for the same reasons you guys do with, sorry, I live downtown, so I don't know if you can hear when people go by. There's a little too much space for me on the bottom.
Yeah.
I do like the moment of the reenactment, but I'm good with it as honorable mention. I do like the house photo a lot. I mean, for me, the 3 contenders for third are basketball, the house, and the sunbathers. But because of that little bit of the flaw on the sunbathers, I think for me, it's either the house or the basketball.
Yeah, I think those are both the 2 that I was thinking for debating on 3. For me, the like I said before, the timelessness, the feeling of the basketball, but I'm sort of leaning towards the house because of the moment and the story, just like I was leaning towards the number 2, because it just gives you that much more. It's a, the importance of the photo is more to me than the other. But
Can we see the barn and the house enlarged? I didn't mean to interrupt, Ryan. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
I was sorry. I mean, the house is a little bit loose on the frame, but it's. Like I said,
I actually wish there was a little more on the left so she wasn't right at the edge of the frame.
Right, and we could probably lose that dumpster that's right there as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's peak moment.
Yeah.
It's peak emotion, and the story's there. So for me, I can live with the framing not necessarily being, the best framing it could have been, but it has, 3 other things going for it that push it up for me.
What's not doing it for you about the basketball one?
I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm 100% on 3, but I am leaning more towards the house one.
This just feels like quintessential Americana.
Yeah.
And it's visually, in my opinion, I mean, I like the other frame, don't get me wrong, but I think this one is visually more appealing. And the story isn't have the same impact, but it's still this kind of slice of life that I think is important for photojournalists to document. And I think this did that very, very nicely.
And for this one, I like both frames and I could be comfortable with either one of them for third. So I'm not much help in ending this roadblock. But for me, there's really not anything I would change in the execution in this photo. It's composed well. I like that it was done in black and white, or at least converted to black and white. the composition spot on, the moment spot on. I just wonder on the other photo how it would stack up in the moment is really compelling here. I just see some other flaws that if it was in a different category, whether it would rise to the top three. It's hard to say for the very reason that I would want more on the left so she wasn't right at the edge of the frame. So your eye, goes a little bit all over the frame a little bit. For me anyway.
I mean, I definitely think it's worth an honorable mention, but but I am definitely prefer that basketball frame. And like Marcia was saying, there's not a thing I would change about it.
I mean,
Go ahead, sorry.
the only thing I was going to say really about the house photo is it's such a compelling story that, that to me also gives it some extra added value.
Yeah, I agree there are flaws in the house photo as far as the framing. So, and I agree that the other one is, there's nothing to change on the other one. And again, I said I'm not 100 on either way, but so let's see. Can you blow up big one more time, please?
Which one?
Just both of them one more time, and then I'll be good. So I'll take one last look. Okay. Well, we know we definitely have one answer for the basketball.
Yeah, Max said that he likes the basketball in third.
Yeah.
If one of the other two of you would like to agree with him or come to a consensus, we can make that one a third.
I like it for third. This one's a hard one. I think the other two really jumped out, and these two photos are both very nice, and they completely do different things.
Yeah, I feel like it's really difficult picking between the two because I do have an attachment to both of them. So that's the issue for me, is that I can clearly, separate those from the HMs as being up there.
I can live with it in the order we have it with the, I don't want to say live with it.
But no,
I both of these photos are really nice. I would support the basketball pictures third.
I see what you're saying. I mean, like I said, it is clean. It is this moment. It is this life, because I cover a lot of urban areas, so I don't see that as often. So it does have an appeal to me as well. I'm okay living with that with three, but I do want to just leave it that it was hard for me to make that decision because I do feel those two are really strong.
I agree.
This was a tough category. I didn't give you guys an easy one to start with. So.
Yeah, no, you didn't. Thank you very much.
Threw you in the deep end here first. So this, we'll mark this one as 3. This one's clearly an honorable mention.
Yep.
And then bottom row also honorable mentions, or are we, is there a gap then?
I could lose the goose.
I
Yeah.
could too, but Ryan, you like that photo a lot.
I mean, I do like the moment, but the other ones are composed better, and so I could lose it.
Okay, so that's 3. You say you lose the goose. Keep these as honorable mentions.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Nice work.
Yeah, nice work. That was very tough. That was one of our bigger categories. So, thank you for doing that first and talking through that.
This was a really strong category.
Mhm.
Yikes.
Yeah. All right. So let's take 10. Come back around 11:30, and give you guys a couple minutes to refill your coffee cups, and we'll go into another singles category after that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
All right.
Thanks.
Hey, Marcia, it's Marcia. Hi. Sorry, I'm judging the Ohio News Photographers Association, and I was supposed to be up there in person, and then we were supposed to make a presentation of our work, and because of the coronavirus, I couldn't. So it is literally, you're sitting in a chair looking at 200 photos, and you have to narrow it down. So, and I'm holding up other people if I take a break. So that's why I couldn't do it. I didn't want you to think I was. My husband gets mad. He gets mad because he thinks I'm not being very thoughtful, but I just can't do it. So. I know, and my people are texting me and all this stuff, and I can't stop because they see that I'm stopping. It's not like I'm talking to my people. So if I eat my breakfast in front of them, it's okay. I'm doing it with people I've never met before in front of hundreds of people. So okay, thank you. So I am going to order tomorrow morning. I have some meat, but it's been so hard finding it that I've been trying to get more in case. So that's the only reason. If you find some, or if I find some, I'll let you know, but I will let you know before we order in the morning in case there's
Hey, Bob, if you can hear me, we're going to go to Spot News next.
Hey, do you guys think is it
We got you muted still, too. Bob. Hit the mute button. Yeah. Okay, you're on now.
Okay. We're not on YouTube though.
We are. Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Did you guys hear my whole conversation?
Josh muted you.
Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry. I was trying to explain to my neighbor who was trying to order me some food for, grocery type stuff, why I can't talk to her. And then I was talking so everybody could hear me. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna stick with singles and go to Spot News. Try to knock out the news categories, and then we'll break for lunch after that.
okay?
Thank you to whoever muted me.
Josh has he's got master control on everybody's volume.
So I jumped off video, but I forgot volume. Thanks.
That's fine. Are we all ready to start on the next one?
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
good.
We've got Spot News is the category. There are 38 photos. I will read the description here. It says Spot News is a picture of an unscheduled event for which no advanced planning was possible, taken in the course of daily coverage. Examples: fire, accidents, and natural disasters. I'm going to switch to my screen here, and we're going to do the same setup. We'll do a slideshow, and then we'll do voting after that. Three seconds was good on the slideshow.
Yes.
That worked.
All right. There we go. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yep. Let me get my participants up. This will take just a second. And we'll do the same thing. It'll be 2 ins keeps the photo. Bob, you ready?
Range by file size. Okay. Yep. Good.
Get rid of the captions so you see them as big as possible.
Bear with me. I'm rearranging my screen. Okay.
Out. In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. Out. Out. In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 Okay. This is our ends. We will go back and look at the outs. And just yell if there's something you want to look at bigger or spotlight.
There was one towards the end that was a bunch of shoes. I just wanted to take another look at that. That's the mass shooting center on the center of that row. Is it too early to look at the cut line for this, or can
Nope.
we?
Are
It's
we?
kind of an interesting way to show that story.
Would you like to pull that in?
Yeah,
Okay. Doesn't hurt to talk about it.
Can I look at one of the tornado photos?
Sure. Which one?
Scroll up slowly if you don't mind. The one second from the right, the woman hugging. Yeah. Can we throw that one back in?
Yes.
Thank you.
Could you go back down as well to the bottom left? Right there. Can we pull that in for now?
Sure. Okay. One last little look here. Scroll back up to the top.
I mean, a couple of them that we have in there right now feel like they're probably general news, ish. Can we look at that? Just see the caption real quick on that flag one that you just scrolled past. Where they're kneeling down there. So how do you guys feel about something like this? Is it too early to talk about whether it's, I mean, this is sort of after the moment has happened, right? I mean, this is a moment clearly, but as far as breaking something like this, because I noticed we had a couple that we moved through to have that same sort of feeling.
I think if
Go ahead.
it's real, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone out to do a follow-up story on a, what started out as a spot news incident to find something still happening there, whether it's a vigil or memorial or something, and it was still not a planned thing. Now, does that make it a feature? I don't know, like a newsy feature. I think that can be argued, but I think the news angle of it still carries a lot of weight on a situation like this.
I think we can throw back in there. I mean, in the same way that we looked at the house photo in the last category.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we need to recognize good photos and maybe extend the category just a bit sometimes, but let's leave it in there and see where it goes.
Okay. I just want to get that cleared up because, like I said, we did have another one where there was a woman that was in the house after a tornado would hit, it looked like, and it was sort of after the the chaos. So I didn't know. And it's good to get it cleared up.
So we're good with all those. I'll move the flag over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that middle left one. I like the pictures. I like all these pictures. I'm just conversation.
So we could do this. I mean, we're down to 10. We could do another round of voting. We can start moving them in an order and then do another round of voting. We can look through and read captions as well. However you guys want to proceed with these.
I think we're narrowed down enough that it might be good to read captions if you guys are good with it.
I think I'm good with captions.
Yep.
Okay. And would it be easier if I just read them and then move to the next slide, or you good with your screen still?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm fine reading them.
Okay.
Me too.
I'm good on this one. Okay.
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 Good.
Mhm. All right.
Good. Good.
So it's up to you guys. Do you have some favorites out of this group?
I do like the tornado photo with the woman pulling clothes out of her little, yeah, that one. I think it's just a nice frame. It shows the chaos of the morning. It looks like she's still in her pajamas, and
Can I see that one larger again, please? I've looked at quite a few tornado photos of late. Thank you.
the one to the right of it, the car and the building, I mean, that one doesn't hold me as much.
I could
Yeah, I could lose that one if you all are good with it.
Yeah, I think the human element of the other ones, having that, whether it's emotional or seeing somebody directly affected by the spot news, makes the other one stand out more than this one.
100%. How do you guys feel about the pile of shoes?
like you said, I think it's a good way to shoot it, but I think that it's just too busy for me. It takes
Yeah.
me too long to see the shoes. Like I'm stuck on the words. I know it's informational of what type of place it was and everything, but the shoes don't stand out enough.
I think it's, for me, it's a good find, but it's not executed as well as I would like. I mean, to me, the picture is the umbrellas, the incongruity of the umbrellas, the yellow tape, and the shoes. And it kind of gets lost with all that other stuff around it.
Yeah, words are so distracting in images.
Yeah.
So finding a way to minimize that, I think, have helped to frame.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Was that
Do we feel like we should lose this?
I feel like we should lose it.
Yeah, I don't think it stands up to the other ones that are pretty strong.
Agreed.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do, with what we have, I'm going to go through and I'll make them all big, and let's use your buttons, and we'll just do another quick round
Okay.
Works for me.
to whittle this down if we want to. That's an in. 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 Out. Out. In. 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 Okay. So whittle down a little bit. Is there a favorite of this bunch that I can sort of move to the top? Or somebody want to make an argument for?
I like the first and the fourth one. This is my two favorite.
Do you mind running through them bigger one more time?
Sure.
Thank you.
That tornado photo with the one we have in the second slot right now is the one that just jumps out to me as the strongest. But I agree that the one next to it, the accident with the people embracing, is a really nice spot news moment. Everything about it, even like the milk carton and the crutch and all the stuff on the ground, and just it all just kind of brings it together.
Especially that the characters are, essential to the story. It's not just random people.
it's not just emergency personnel respond to a scene. It's
Right. This lady.
these are real people that were involved,
Yeah.
and the photographer got their names.
Right. Which like the next one, um, there are no names.
What's nice about this one is that you can tell what has happened just by looking at the frame. Just, you know, you can, but the connection of these people to the person, you know, it's there's a lot left unclear about it.
It's pretty compelling emotion, though.
I agree, absolutely.
I think it's got the, like you said, it's got the emotion, and then the information in the background only adds to it. Although the colors of the vests are a little distracting, they still are. That lets you know the emergency and the water. So, and it's, you know, lensed well.
Yeah.
So it's still there, even though we don't know necessarily that this is, you know, somebody that's immediately related. It's, you can't, I mean, those situations are always hard to shoot. And so you can't always get names, even though editors love that you have it when you come back.
Big bad editors.
Yes.
What do you all feel about the rainbow? Like it's a beautiful spot news photo, but
Like
beyond that,
yeah, it's like a pictorial spot news. To me, like you're saying, it's responders doing their jobs. I wish there was something else. I mean, it's beautiful, like you said, but I don't see it in the top 3.
No, me either. I do think it's an interesting picture. I mean, it's not straight spot news. Straight spot news would have been, you know, them talking to the person, whoever's in there or whatever, but it's a different look at it.
The 2 on the bottom, although the one, sorry, a lot of noise coming through. As far as the 2 on the bottom, the one on the bottom right has more emotion to me, although the toning of it isn't as nice. I guess it sort of sets the mood, though. You know, seeing the emotion and the devastation. That's why I wanted to bring this one back in.
I'm glad you brought it back, because the technical flaw in it really was off-putting at first, but when you look at it, it's a really nice moment. I think I would have come in tighter on it, and you still would have had the overwhelming, you know, clutter and loss of the tornado, and still been able to see them a little bit better. To me, it's got the emotion that the one that we've gravitated toward in the first row doesn't have. The other photo, the one right next to it of the man with all the debris, every single inch of the photo or pica of the photo gives you a sense of the devastation. It just lacks the emotion. I mean, even right down to the dents and dirt all over the garage and the, what are those things called? Those, the pipe thing over the garage. What is that thing?
the gutters.
The gutter. Sorry, I'm not a very
I'm not either.
house kind of person. The gutter being dented. All of the detail in the photo is pretty compelling.
But it's
That's what I liked about this one was, you know, I agree the emotion isn't there, you know, but the framing of it, where you are corner to corner seeing the devastation, and everything that's in this frame feels like it was intentionally left in the frame. And then just having that little pocket where he's standing,
Yep.
I don't know, really makes it stand out. or makes him stand out, I should say.
If I were being picky, I would want him to be like a half step more forward so the line wasn't. But
Yeah, so he wasn't through the edge of the garage.
yeah,
That's the only, that gave me pause too. Can I see the one that we have in that first position right now? I mean, for me, what works about this photo is the dichotomy of her house being gone and she's just doing sort of a matter of fact kind of thing, taking clothes out of her closet that isn't a closet anymore.
I kind of think it speaks to how people react. You know, it's that somewhat of like, we just have to move forward. And, you know, after any natural disaster, you kind of see that where people just kind of go into, all right, this is what has to be done. And some of it seems like it's just the normal parts of life, but without a roof and with, you know, the bed upturned and the blinds coming in. And I don't know. I kind of like, I like that juxtaposition.
I think this one also has access, you know, getting into that area and
Yep.
photographing somebody at that moment, and you know, knowing that they're not all done up and everything. You know, it's they were able to talk the person into allowing them to photograph them. You know, or
Yep,
went that
exactly.
extra step. Whereas you're not just sitting outside with a 300 or something. You've had to make a connection to get to this point.
You know, it's what we all strive to do as visual thinkers, to put on either a policy story or an event that happened. This is very personal. You can feel what she went through, even without crying or hugging or whatever. I mean, it's pretty stark and you can feel it. And that's, to me, what a good spot is, make you feel.
And I feel like it also is something that people, when they see that, they could in some sense see themselves in that position. It's a relatable photo because everybody has, you know, clothes hanging in the closet. You know, it's something that it's a very normal thing she's doing, but in a very abnormal scene. And I think that makes it hit home for people that, hey, that tornado would have been a block over this way or a block over that way. It could have been my house. And I think that makes you feel for this person because you can relate and empathize.
And even though it's a really clean, in some ways simple photo, there's a lot to see there. The blinds hanging in there, but even it looks like a picture or something still sitting on the dresser, even though the roof is gone.
There's a lot of information in this frame.
Yeah, sorry.
Do we think that's our first place photo?
Yep.
Are we on a consensus with that?
I think so for me.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark that as a 1. Oh.
I actually could go with the order that we have them in. The car accident number 2 and the drowning number 3. If you guys like that.
I feel the same.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
And I'm okay with honorable mentions as well that are there.
Yep, me too.
Oh, well, that was easy. Okay. Thanks. Need to give just a second here. We'll let Josh take a screenshot, and Bob is posting these on the website as we go. So we want to make sure he has a chance to see which pictures these are and we can get these results posted. Josh, you good? All right, let me set up the general news category. I'll drop my screen for a second and get that set up. Okay, this one is a little bit bigger category, 92 photos. The category is general news. The description is a picture of a scheduled political, social, or cultural event for which advanced planning was possible. An assigned and or scheduled news event. Example, demonstration, funerals, trials, and promotional events. Ready to roll?
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Yep.
All right. Get your voting screens ready. We'll do 2 ins to keep.
Are we on file size? Because if it is, it's not,
Sorry, I didn't even go to the top. Yep.
okay.
Let's start that one over. Out. 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 In. In. Out. Out. In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. Out. In. Out. 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 out, in, out, 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 in, was this the first one?
Yeah.
No,
Wasn't
No, we
it?
started at, we accidentally started in the middle, but we
Yeah.
had already voted on this one, but I
no,
think
you
you,
still got more to go.
Okay.
Yes, let's vote again on this one. It's out, 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 in, out, 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 in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Okay, this is the first. So we kept 13. Go back and look at the outs.
There are a few, I'd like to know what the captions are that are in the out pile?
Sure.
Same here.
Yep.
I'll scroll down from the top slowly and just let me know when we get to one.
Thank you.
Let me make these a little bigger for you.
I wanted to know what that one was of the judge with his hand on his head. That one, yeah. Okay. Thought it was a judge.
What about the one where the lady's getting the cake there on the right? Just want to see what the caption is. It's a nice moment. Move it in just for now.
Okay, sure.
And the one to the far left with the person with, or the kid with the flag? Okay, thank you.
Can you do that silhouette towards the bottom right? I do like this frame. I'd move it in.
What's going on with the tribute one? The guy holding up his hat. Bottom second one, yeah.
That was the only one. Can we throw that one back in?
Sure.
Thanks for asking about that one, Ryan.
Yeah,
My list.
there's one other. Oh, the one up in the middle as well, the sentencing. Can I just see the caption on that real quick? Okay,
Keep it or no?
I can lose it.
Okay.
Oh, and the one in the pool. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You pull up the courtroom one, the murder one on the bottom left.
Let's
Can
throw
we move
that
that?
one back in there.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
think that's all of them for me.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm good.
Can y'all see these okay?
Yeah.
Do we want
Can
to
we
look?
take a stroll through?
Yeah,
the-
do you want to do a caption scroll through, or do you want to do ins and outs first and then look at some captions?
I would like to see captions scroll through if you guys are okay, because you want to see them all anyways.
Yeah, that's fine.
I agree.
Do you want to
Well,
do a
we-
vote at the end of reading the caption?
Mm,
Consolidate those, or
Why don't we, if you guys are okay, can we just go through and read the captions and then do a vote? Because I
Yeah.
don't want to pull it out too quick before seeing everything together.
Okay, I can do that.
You cool with that?
Yep.
Unless it's something that just immediately, you don't like. Okay. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Good. I'm good.
Can I take 1 second? I've got to take an important call.
sure.
Thank-
Anything standing out to you so far in this one while she's on the call?
Well, I'm a sucker for silhouettes. I really like that prescribed burn photo. But I also like that when we pulled back in of the bottom left one in the courtroom, the crying mom.
I'm back. Thank you. I'm
We already
sorry.
we already decided and moved on.
Figured it all out.
I was listening with one ear and the other ear to my boss.
Gotcha.
Go back. This is where we left off.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries.
She knew I was doing it and it was important. So
Okay. All
I'm
right.
good.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
All right.
Good. Good.
Sorry.
I'm good.
Yeah. A lot of emotion.
Hmm.
So we good doing another round of voting now?
Yep, I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll make them big and I'll leave the caption on, and 2 ends keeps it. In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. 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 Out. In. In. Out. Okay.
Can I look at one more time?
Sure.
The little boy crying, it was the second photo we looked at.
Oh, that we just knocked out?
Yeah, is that possible? Or is it too late?
No, I can go back and
Sorry.
just have to find it where we.
It's right there.
Oh,
That
got it.
one.
That was easy.
I just want to see it one more time. You guys don't like that one?
I like the picture a lot, but the problem I feel is the colors are distracting and it seems a little blown out in some spots. So the technical thing,
Yeah, that's true.
the moment's
just-
nice for sure. You know, maybe
I feel like the whole thing could be cropped tighter, and I mean, I think I agree. It's a nice moment. I think it could have been done better.
I think maybe, you know, people do this all the time, but if this were black and white, that tier and everything, you know, just the colors are just, they just take away from that face so much, which is very powerful. And you know, I could easily see it, you know, raising up if it was not for the unfortunate thing where you usually have something like that that you just have to be aware of.
Yeah, I like the hand. I like the face. I like the composition. I do agree that it's a little blown out, and it's unfortunate that they're wearing happy, bright colors. I just think it's a pretty powerful moment. Okay, if you guys disagree, then
I just thought there was better stuff.
okay.
I really like the picture, and like I said, if it didn't have those other little factors, I mean, if we're judging the best of the best and people that are on top of what they're doing, that's just like a technical thing that distracts.
Yeah.
Where some of the other pictures don't have that issue.
I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. Thank you for considering.
So looking at these all together, are there some favorites that stand out?
I liked the courtrooms. You can feel the emotion in that a lot. It's clean, it's simple. There's not a lot to it, but it says everything it needs to say. The one next to it, the after the flood, I just really like the little girl in giant gloves. You know, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole image, you know, in terms of moving it forward, but there's something about that I like. There's definitely a lot of emotion contending for our attention in this category.
Yeah, and with all that emotion, it makes that picture hard. I mean, I love that picture too, and I definitely think it should stay in no matter what. Just feels like the big job to take care of, like you're saying, with the gloves, trying to fill that helping out thing. So I don't want to lose it yet either. I could see losing the one next to it though, to the right, just because there's not enough for me in the frame. I mean, it's tight and clean, and then you have the emotion, but some of
I
these
think
other
that's one that, I mean, you know, I guess it's because we do have a cut line, we know what happened and why they're embracing, but without it, it's not really saying much at all in terms of telling the story. Not enough. And I could be okay with losing that.
For me, that photo it doesn't measure up to some of the others. It's definitely not in the top 3 for me, but I think it was a good job of seeing by the photographer, because you're normally looking for the reaction of the defendant. I just think this was a good get by the photographer, and maybe ultimately it doesn't get an award, but I do think it's nicely done.
Yep.
I agree with you with that.
Yep.
Can I look at the one that says Fudge Funeral?
It's the right one.
The last, yeah. This is obviously gut wrenching emotion. It obviously has some movement in it. I'm wondering, maybe it's just my vision here, but the guy in the back with the sunglasses is so distracting to me.
Mm-hmm.
He is distract for sure. But I still think the image is so powerful though. I mean, I guess,
Sure.
you know, the kid had the same sort of thing going where he had distracting things that we didn't take in, but I don't think that that guy with glasses is as distracting as the other one.
No, I'm just trying to distinguish because there's so many good images up here.
Oh yeah, at this point we definitely got to be picky about everything. But with this one as well, the other thing that I see is the access as well, because you're not always let into funerals
Nope.
either, and so you had to work your way to get to this point.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's an extra step that was taken, where some of the others are vigils and court, where it's easier to be there. You know, you fill
Yep.
out paper and your network's able to be there. But this one, they had to trust this person to let them in, and then I don't feel like they failed the family either.
I also think that, you know, when there's a lot more, you know, some of these emotion shots, it's just the tears rolling down the cheek or something like that. But we have layers of emotion here, and you have a guy that's practically collapsing with emotion and being held up, and the person to the left, you know, looking into the casket and wiping his eyes, and you can see how many people showed up to for this funeral, and it's just there's a lot of things in this image that make you feel that are not necessarily just that, just what's right presented in front of you.
The one that doesn't tell me, I feel like I like the light on the Sullivan one, the scene, but I feel like that's also another one that moves more.
That was the only thing that I thought was it. The light was nice on it, but it didn't really speak to me beyond that much.
Right, it's a scene setter for the next thing to come. So it doesn't raise up like the other things we have.
I do think though it is, it's hard to compare something that happens 1 year, which is what this is, versus a couple of days, which many of the others are. I do think that's a really nice photo though.
Oh, it's definitely nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it's a 1 year after if you're trying to keep that story fresh at the new angle, and that's a great frame for it. But again, if we're being nitpicky about does it rise to the level of the others, it just doesn't hit there for me.
What about the first funeral photo?
It's cleaner than the other one, but I think I like the other one better just because of how much more emotion's going on.
I don't know. I mean, I like both photos. I love the light on her face. I like the wrinkle in her brow, the way she's clutching, or somebody, I think it's her hand, clutching that handkerchief on the right there. It's, to me, is really powerful.
I mean, I'm torn on between the two funerals photos. I'm torn because I agree the second one has more emotion, but I really do like the clean frame and the light and the subtle elements of that first one.
Can we see those enlarged back to back?
Mhm.
Marcia dropped the basket off here.
Do we think one of those is our first place, or is that, I mean, that sounds like those might be the favorites.
I like that we know in the chaotic one, you know, the relationship of the guy that's about to collapse as well. This is his son.
Yeah, we just see we know we're assuming it's a familial relationship in the first one, but we don't know what the relationship is.
Right. They have the same last name, but we don't know like how close they were. Whereas the other one is just like, you know, you can feel it. I can feel the other one more because I know that this is the son seeing the father in the.
I agree 100%, and I think I think I'm willing to forgive the technical shortcomings of that one or the distractions of that one because of all of the other things that has working for it. Where the first one is a very clean, nice funeral photo with emotion. I'm sitting here feeling that second one a lot more.
I see the second one more time, please.
You got the people gripping his arm. You get the woman holding him. The sunglasses guy does bug me, but you got the little girl upper right looking down as well. It's just so many more faces. The other one's one face. And so many more here that add to this frame having more feeling to me. Because there's just so many characters that are affected by what's happening.
So is that one we want to move? Is that a better order?
She's not feeling that.
I see the second one, the cleaner one. Again, please. Sorry. I mean, it's definitely a quieter moment. It's just that, I don't know, I'm so drawn to her face.
Yeah, she has the light on her face. It's definitely there.
And I even think the focus is sharper, and there's a lot of things that are technically better about this.
Yeah.
But I don't feel it as much.
I agree. I mean, this one's lensed better as far as the background people aren't distracting. You don't have a sunglass guy creeping over the shoulder. And you know, you go right where you're supposed to go. But the other one, I just look around so much more. This one, the other one is just with the woman is just like, I see her face, I'm done with the frame. Like I see a little bit of the hand thing, but the other one I see face, emotion, sunglasses, but you know.
I just,
it is a little more messy for sure.
I mean, I wouldn't either one of them. And I know that the second one is quieter.
But even like the second one, the woman's hair, sort of the lightness of her hair is sort of competing with the lady's face.
Oh, I don't see that. I mean, when we went through all the the first round of all of these, that one stood out to me immediately.
I think it's one that reads a lot. Like even just looking at the thumbnails, it reads real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And we, I guess, have the luxury of taking a little bit more time to read into some of these right now. I don't know.
Well-
The layers of emotion in that first one just keep bringing me back to it.
Okay, you guys feel real strongly about that first one, and I can't sway you, so we'll go with that one.
So we think that's first place then? 2-1.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen at some point. And I feel strongly enough on my, way I feel about that frame.
Are we all high enough on the second one to make that second place then too?
I could see it being second, yes.
I am.
I'm fine with that.
Do we want to, is there a third place? Is there some that we, after looking at the others, we just want to eliminate altogether?
I'm fine eliminating the last one. I don't know if you all agree.
Anybody else?
I can live without it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, the tribute photo, I think it's nice, but I don't know. It doesn't.
It's not a third place for me.
No, I don't know that it's. I don't know that it belongs with the rest of them. I think for me, the third place contender is either the courtroom photo or the kid in the basement. I think those are both say something. I mean, if we're going strictly on emotion with these, then
I don't think we need to. I mean,
no, we don't. But that's my concern though, is with that flood one. Does it say enough without seeing it? And can we bring that one up one more? I mean, I think that's a nice frame.
the caption's all about the dad, but I mean, this kid's obviously affected by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still like the picture a lot. I think it's one of my contenders for 3 as well. It's more subtle and everything.
Also when we talk about getting access and that sort of thing, the photographer was able to get access to a situation, to a family that, one of their most awful moments. So that's a good thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the oversized gloves and everything is just like this little cute thing of this bad situation, right? So I like level 3. I think
Yep.
I'm good with that for 3 if you all are.
Yep.
Okay. And then of these last 3, honorable mentions or just leave it what we have with the top 3?
3 honorable mentions for me. What do you think?
I'm fine with 3 honorable mentions. I think they each almost rise to it.
I know there was talk on you about the tribute one, but I don't see a reason not to.
I like it, and I think maybe I like it but I feel like it's falling short. I don't know that I mean,
For me, what it is it's a nice moment in a regular situation that the photographer made something happen out of it or saw something out of it. It certainly doesn't rise to the emotion of a funeral, but I think it's a really nice moment at, you know, basically, what is it, a county commission meeting?
Right.
Yeah, and it's the bookend of this guy's story of his career. So I think it's a great picture that celebrates what I feel like he's accomplished for people.
It's the photographer took a risk because he's behind he or she is behind as opposed to a, you know, the more predictable angle. I think it's really well done.
Yeah, I think we should leave it.
That's fine with me.
Okay, so that sounds like 3 honorable mentions then. Unanimous?
Yep.
Okay. Well, nice work. That was another big category. I think if we're okay, nobody's dying of hunger yet, we could do just the 2 illustration categories before we break for lunch. They're very small categories, so I think we could probably knock those out relatively quick if you guys are okay with that. And we could take an hour for lunch and then come back.
We just
Fine
take
with me.
5.
Sure. Yeah. We'll meet right back at 1 o'clock then.
Okay.
Start.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. All right. How you guys feel about the pace we're going?
Those are
What's
some
that?
singles categories.
I mean, how do you feel everything's going along so far? Rolling smoothly for the time, or?
I mean, it seems like it from our end. It's a lot of good discussion. I'm hoping since we're doing this all digitally, people will actually get something from it when they can go back and watch it. I'm not quite sure who's watching now. It's on YouTube Live, so hopefully we have a few viewers at the moment.
Do you want more discussion, or you think we're doing well?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, you guys are you're talking it out. It's nice.
All right.
Is Max back?
I think we're missing Marcia too.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay. We are going to do issue illustration next. The issue illustration category description is a photograph conceived to illustrate a particular idea or editorial concept. And these are the 3 entries. Oh, 1 second.
We're missing the gang. Or no?
Yep, hang on. There we go. I will make them big and we will have a caption.
So can you say the title, the description again?
It's issue illustration. A photograph conceived to illustrate a particular idea or editorial concept.
Okay.
The other illustration category that we'll do next is product illustration. So that's like food and clothing and those kind of product photos. But this is an illustration about an issue.
You only have to award it first.
So since it's a small category, if you guys just want to talk it out, if you have a favorite among these, speak up.
I think the opioids one stands out to me.
Ryan, what did you just say?
Said I think the opioids one stands out to me.
Oh, yeah,
Is that the only one that maybe fits the category?
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. I mean, I think the second one is I guess, an illustration more of a portrait, but I don't see that the third one's an illustration at all, is it?
Yeah, I mean, they probably have put them running on the water. Let's see. Yeah, I think only the first one.
Really?
fits everything, and it's done well too for the category.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones don't really feel like they fit to
No,
me.
I mean, the other ones to me would be classified as portraits.
yeah, it's portraits.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So I'm good with just giving
Just a-
one award to the opioid one.
Yeah, just a first place.
Okay. And just to be clear, if for example, they photoshopped multiple people into the frame, that would bring it into the illustration versus portrait.
That's what I
Right.
figured with that one,
And
especially.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say on the bowling what
Wasn't it like
was shot in camera and what wasn't, but just
wasn't
be
it
aware
also
of that.
issue related?
Yeah.
Or editorial concept.
Okay.
Can I see the cut line for the third one again?
Sure.
I mean, it's hard to tell whether they were photoshopped in, unless I'm missing something, or it was just done as a portrait.
I think it looks like they were photoshopped in. It looks like they're running on the water. I mean, if you look in the back, you can see that windmill looks like in the distance, and probably, for scale. To me, it feels like it's Photoshop job, but it doesn't.
Yeah, you might be right, because there's not much interference.
There's
Sec-
only one ripple in the center.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So
Okay. So we think opioids first place.
Yep.
yeah,
And then leave it at that.
I think
I'm
so.
good with that.
Yep, me too.
Okay. Bob, you got that?
Yep.
All right. In the other tab here, I have product illustration, and the description here reads, a photograph that illustrates any product, including clothing and food. There are 27 here, so I will. Would you rather just do judging now or run through as a slideshow first? You guys tell me.
Can we go through as a slideshow just to get a quick glimpse at all of them?
Yep.
This is a torturous category to do right before lunch.
All right.
This is a tough one. 'Cause
Yeah, and I'm getting hungry just looking at a lot of these.
No, I wasn't kidding.
All right, so let's do some voting. We'll do 2 wins to keep it.
Okay.
I'll just quickly show you all the thumbnails here so we kind of know what we're looking at. Okay.
Are you on file size?
Oh, you know what? I'm not, but
Okay,
we'll leave it at
I'll play along.
that. That's an out. In. In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. Out. 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 In. Out. Out. And so 5 ends. Quickly through the outs here.
Can you go to that top right one real quick? I think we're good. Thanks.
Okay.
What about the one that you're hovering over, the works? The thing I like about this one is that it's more of a layout. Some of the other ones are just like the dish, and it's, you know, there's a little bit of focus where this is all like pieces of something. So
Keep it in.
I should see keeping it in.
Can I see the first one in the second row? Can we throw that back in? I'm not sure how much the photographer added to it, but if we could just leave that in and we can talk about it.
Sure.
I like the one with the drink with the orange on it or whatever that is, bottom left. I like how the background sort of, the pattern frames it and gives it helps it, the glass stand out. Pretty colors. make. So you just leaving it in for now?
Okay. We're good then?
Good.
Okay. So what do we like about what we kept?
I like the pizza oven one. I like the incorporation of another element, but it's not a distracting element. You know, the colors and things, they don't, I'm not taking away to the wine, but it does add another element. Maybe if the pizza were tilted a little bit more so you could see more of it, that would help.
Yeah.
But
Feels a little too off the frame for me.
yeah, but in a lot of these food ones, I like where there's an extra little thing added to it that,
Yeah.
you know, that gives
And-
it some life.
In the same sense, I guess, or maybe the opposite, is the bottom left, that pork.
Feels
Like-
like an interrogation.
I know, and I love it.
Yeah,
I think it's very different. I liked it too, Max.
I don't. It's unusual for a food shot, and it gave, I think, you see the grit. You kind of get this sense of grit of the place, and I think that adds some character to it, which I never thought I'd say about a food shot, but here we are.
For me, what it did was it was saying, I don't need other elements. This is the showpiece, and let it just be on display. And it's hard sometimes to shoot food with, when sometimes it's not very appetizing looking.
yeah.
Some of the others are colorful and vibrant, and who can argue that the corn picture? But I liked what the photographer did with that pork.
It's definitely different, and I appreciated that.
Yep.
I mean, even the first frame, with the egg, like, it's really nice, but it's that kind of expected downward look at the plate of the dish, which is what I think most of us would do 95% of the time.
Yeah.
The light really nice.
Yeah, the thing what's nice about that is, you're not blowing out the highlights on the egg whites. You're not, it's got the subtleties to it that, and you can see the granules of pepper flakes and all. I mean, there's a lot of nice things going for that.
There's just
But at the
enough
end of the
depth
day, it's still it's a food shot that's, doesn't add the element like some of the other ones did, but I do really like that.
Yeah.
Because what I would look at is things that would, just like probably most people, it's things that are going to pop off the page and sell the page, where you could easily, design around it. And I think that some of the ones that are more graphic, like the interrogation one, I'm just sorry, I keep saying that, and the drink one and the corn one, those ones all have
Yeah.
that sort of feeling to me, where they would play well in print with something. And I know we're not all, digital as well, but I see those could, easily play. Where the other ones,
Is the pork interrogation?
yeah, the other ones feel like they could be more like companions. They're not the statement pieces.
Can I see the last one, Big?
I think it was the right choice of where they set it, the table or floor, whatever it is, for the tonality to match with the food, where it wasn't crazy distracting. It helps those the warmth of the dish,
Yeah.
you
And
Yeah,
I
I
like
think-
tilted, the lines are nice. Otherwise, it would have a whole different tone to it if it was straight up and down.
And I think a lot of times with food shots, you see where they're shot too shallow.
Mm-hmm.
and you're focused on too little of the actual dish. And this isn't quite too shallow for me, but you know, it has enough to it. And I think that's something we saw with a lot of these, is that there was a lot of the appropriate use of depth on a lot of these.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree wholeheartedly. The two that jump off the page to me the most are our interrogation pork and the corn.
Yep. Can I see I want to call it a pancake. I don't know what it is, to the left of the drink one. I just wanted a second look at that one. Oh, it's spoon bread. Okay, I mean, I think it's a nice image. I'm not sure what the photographer contributed. I would assume that the chef or whoever plated it.
But I mean, you know, they got if the chef was plating it, they would probably be picky though to get that little piece of butter that's away from the bigger piece.
That's true.
How they can always be, you know, where they're wiping everything down.
No, I've never seen that.
Are there other top row contenders?
I like the drink up there.
Does the table and the drink bother you?
It does. I mean, it does in a way, but I can look past it, I guess, because of the color for me and the graphic background that surrounds it. But the table, yeah, it would have been better on a darker table for sure.
I'm wondering. I mean, I'm just kind of. Well, I realize you couldn't necessarily do that and keep the background how it is. I mean, the things circling the drink glass are really nice. And I'm wondering if there was a way to shoot just the upper part of the glass and leave off the stem and the base of it, and kind of have that same effect. But
Yeah, the crap could. I don't think the crap could hurt because everybody knows.
But
Can we
Yeah.
see that one big again, the drink one, if you don't mind?
This one has a very shallow depth of field too.
yeah,
Not
which
on the further end, which it should be probably more towards the closer end.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the one thing that bothers me, is that it's the back lip of the glass that's sharp.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that bother you guys at all?
yeah. I mean,
Or look at it big, yeah.
I'd rather see it either towards the front or at least the center rather than the back.
Yeah. So it has two things. It has the table and that focus going against it. So I could see pulling it from the top three.
The color and the framing against the background are wonderful, but
Mhm.
other than that, I feel like it's not living up to it.
Yeah, because even in the stem of the glass, you have the repetition of the circles in the background.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Right.
Yep.
So if you would have cropped that table out, it would have played that up more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could lose it out of the top three though.
I do think it's worth an honorable mention, though. I do, for the creativity and the way the photographer saw it.
Right.
In terms of a plain old food shot, like just a plate of food,
Mm-hmm.
I think that egg photo is really nice.
Excuse me.
I agree about the pizza oven one with the glass in the background. I
Mhm.
think if that would have been tilted, the pizza would have been tilted up. It would have been brought it up exponentially. And I also really, I agree with the plating and the presentation of the one next to it, with just all the things that look delicious.
So do we want to, can we do a round of voting maybe to get rid of a couple of these?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in. In.
Oh, sorry, I thought I clicked it.
In. In. Out. In. Out. Out.
I could see moving the egg one up.
Can I say something about the last one? Can we see that? Thank you. I guess the thing for me that to me, it's just okay.
Mhm.
The things are arranged nicely. And I'm glad it was shot from above. But beyond that, am I missing something?
I think it's just got a lot of visual repetition that makes it pleasing, whether it's the hard lines of the trays, the circles from the bowls and the pickles and the onions, the lines from the pieces of brisket. It just kind of has a lot of 90-degree angles that are kind of playing on each other. And it, I don't know, I find it visually appealing and delicious looking.
I've never spent this much time talking about food photos.
I know, me too. Gosh.
This one's hitting me in the stomach. This one, man.
This close to home, huh?
Yeah, that's my kind of food.
Oh yeah, big time in Nashville too.
Okay, so
I mean, I get it. It's there. But I don't mind it as an honorable mention.
Okay. I mean, I'm good with this order right now. First for interrogation, corn second. I could go either way on third with the egg or the glass. For all the faults that we've found with the glass, I still am drawn to that picture for what the photographer brought to it. But then again, they also did a really excellent job of technical execution on the egg. So I could go either way on those.
I like the order we have it in.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, me too.
okay, all right. Well, let's go eat.
Sounds good.
I want that corn.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And the drink.
Yeah. My Diet Coke is just not cutting it.
Okay. Well, it is 1:27 Eastern time here. Is an hour enough? Do you want? I know. I mean, we're talking about trying to order food here too, so it could take a little extra time. Do you need more time than that, or what? What do you guys feel?
I don't need more than that. It's up to you guys.
I'm good with an hour.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, then we'll be back here at 2:30. 2:30 Eastern.
Are we leaving the feed running, or do we need to log back in?
Josh has some instruction on that. keep your 6 foot
Keep your
distance.
6 foot, keep 6 feet away. If you want to leave, you can come back in. We're gonna leave it open here. So if you want to pop out and then pop back in, you can do that. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Just turn off. the
Just
video.
stop video and mute. Is that how we get out?
Yeah, or you can just straight close the window and then just click the link again to log back in.
Oh, okay. We'll do that.
Cool.
I don't want to take a chance that I talk again. Oh, I didn't tell me I didn't say anything embarrassing.
You didn't. You're great. All right.
Okay, good.
See you in the
All
morning.
right. We'll see y'all in an hour.
Yep.
Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Bye.